Pantera are often heralded as the pioneers of groove metal. It often amuses me how many of their fans are unaware that before getting into drop tuning, Pantera were actually a hair metal band who had a lot more in common with Def Leppard than with Megadeth. As the 1980s drew to a close, the band were looking to take things in a heavier direction and enlisted a new vocalist in the form of Phil Anselmo. Indications that Anselmo might well be a racist have been apparent for a number of years. In 1994, he refused to condemn Pantera fans for shouting "white power" at concerts. In 1995, he declared that rap music was pissing all over white culture. In 2003, his band Superjoint Ritual recorded the song "Stealing a Page or Two from Armed and Radical Pagans," which contained Islamophobic and anti-Semitic lyrics. In 2015, Superjoint Ritual incorporated the Confederate flag into their album art. The last straw for many was on the 22nd of January of this year when Anselmo gave a Nazi salute and a shout of white power on stage at Bash. The usual excuses followed, of course: fumbled attempts at claiming this was a joke, simple insistence from friends and colleagues that Anselmo was definitely not a racist, attempts to turn things around onto his critics with accusations of unwarranted judgment. Anselmo did eventually apologise for his behaviour, but given his track record, it all seems a bit too little, a bit too late. I've quoted Seb Hunter in a few of the videos in this series before, but I feel his assessment is very blunt and to the point. Heavy metal is essentially a club, a gang with an allegiance to a musical and social set of values. It might be frowned upon by society at large, but that's something that binds metal even more tightly. Metal has always retained a dubious conservative mindset. Black or gay metalers are rare indeed. I'm not claiming the whole metal community are a bunch of Daily Mail readers, heaven forbid. Only most of them. Hunter's opinion might seem more than a little harsh, and it's worth bearing in mind his book focuses more on classic metal of the 70s and 80s, rather than subgenres like groove metal from the 90s. But when people like Phil Anselmo can go for as long as they have with little to no challenge to their racism, it doesn't paint a particularly good picture. If you're wondering why it matters whether or not Phil Anselmo is a racist, it matters because non-white people should be able to attend heavy metal concerts and nightclubs with the same expectations of acceptance and personal safety as white people, and Anselmo is a very influential voice within metal who has made it clear he isn't going to keep his views to himself. Thanks for watching.